Starts right now.
Is still very much a mystery, but a new piece of evidence has been made public in the case of a missing mother of four who's also a local realtor. This is a picture of Suzanne Clark Simpson from the last night she was seen in public.
The night team's John Bonales spoke with the Olmos Park police chief at the press conference where that picture here was made public and has the latest now in the case.
And we still do not know where she is.
As day 4 in the search for Suzanne Clark Simpson comes to a close, Olmos Park police are asking for the public's help. Have you or did you see her? This photo is from the Argyle, a private club in Alamo Heights, Sunday night, one of the last places she was seen.
We don't want to miss an opportunity to say, hey, this is what she looks like. Maybe somebody out there knows where she is or she's hiding away or something.
Olmos Park Police Chief Ethel Kennedy says they have tried questioning Brad Simpson, Suzanne's husband, but that he is not cooperating. Police have reports that there was a physical altercation between the couple before Suzanne was reported missing.
Chief, Brad is facing a charge of assault and unlawful restraint. Do we know why his bonds amount are at $1 million each? Why is it so high? Because
it was a risk. These are very commonly risks that we find he may be a danger to her.
As for the active search in Olmos Park, that has since slowed. The chief says they're using their minimal resources to write search warrants. When we asked for what locations, including Brad's family's property in Bandera County.
Have you searched Brad's ranch?
We're checking other properties. There's other properties that we're checking.
He adds they are still looking for tips regarding Brad's truck, a black 2019 GMC AT4 pickup with a license plate of MWD 7050. The truck is in police possession, but they want to know if anyone saw it any place unusual.
Is that because there's an idea that he might have dumped the body somewhere?
Those things are always possible, but that's speculation even on our part. He has a vehicle, and that's what we wanted y'all to see.
In the meantime, Olmos Park Police Chief Villegas wanted to remind the public there have been cases where a missing person is found alive.
You're holding out hope that maybe Suzanne is just scared and want to remove herself. If that is the case and she was watching, is there anything you say to her right now?
Family and friends, they've obviously love you and care much about you, and your children are very concerned. We ask that you please reach out. We can get you protected.
If you have any information about this case, you're asked to call Olmos Park Police at 210-822-2000. John Bonales, KSAT 12 News.
There is still hope out there that she will be found alive, but every day that passes gets harder and harder. A little earlier today, we heard from Brad Simpson's mother, who said the family is devastated and in total disbelief. She said, quote, "What I want people to know is that our only concern right now is our children and our grandchildren, their happiness and their safety," end quote. She also told us she wishes for her daughter-in-law to come home safe.
Now back to Brad Simpson. He's facing family violence charges. Witnesses told investigators that they saw him physically abuse his wife before she disappeared. But let's keep in mind yet that he hasn't been convicted.
Hasn't even gone to trial yet. But survivors of domestic violence want people in our area to pay attention to this case and cases like it. The night team's Avery Everett sat down with the domestic violence survivor who actually knew Suzanne Simpson and says more people need to know the warning signs.
If we're going to make a difference for our community, we're going to have to get a little bit uncomfortable.
A survivor speaking out, hoping her message of domestic violence awareness is heard.
It's just time for people to call out what they see.
This comes in response to the missing woman's case out of Olmos Park. Suzanne Clark Simpson was last seen on Sunday.
We're holding out hope that maybe she's trying to be away from the home to get away from that situation.
Her husband, Brad Simpson, was arrested this week on charges of assault causing bodily injury, family violence, and unlawful restraint. Those charges came after a neighbor told police he heard the couple arguing outside his window on Sunday night. According to the arrest affidavit, the neighbor says he saw the two get into a physical altercation, and Brad pulled Suzanne down. And later in the night, that neighbor says he heard screams.
We're looking at Brad because of the fact of the family violence.
The Olmos Park police chief said earlier this week there was no history of domestic violence between the couple, but they are still investigating. National data shows nearly 3 in 10 women and 1 in 10 men have experienced physical violence by a partner. But those are the people who have reported it. Elizabeth Hughes says so many others still have yet to say anything.
It took me 5 tries to get out. We got to start speaking up, even though it is embarrassing.
As hard as it can be, she says domestic violence awareness is a conversation that needs to happen in every community.
It is especially not something we talk a lot about in an affluent community. The restraints used to keep people in that environment are more social restraints.
There's no one-size-fits-all description for domestic abuse.
It's a spectrum of behaviors.
And that's why Hughes is sharing her story, hoping more people come forward and get help. Knowing how to get help is one of the hurdles to addressing domestic abuse. We have a long list of resources on KSAT.com. You can access those by scanning that QR code on your screen right now. Steve, Stephania.
Avery, thank you. New on the Nightbeat, a second arrest made in the death of UIW student Joseph Bonales. It happened back on April 15th of 2023, the murder on I-35 in Selma near the Forum Shopping Center. Selma police say Matthew Alexander admitted to shooting and killing Bonales. According to police, Alexander also told them he and the victim knew each other. Jacob Cerna, the other suspect arrested in this case, he was arrested last month. They were apparently cloning people's car key fobs. 3 people in jail tonight in connection to a county-wide car theft ring. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office arrested these suspects, Isaiah Paredes, Brian Salazar, and Jocelyn Guzman, in different areas of the county, each facing different charges. It's not all the people they're looking for, though. Deputies also went to a home near Thomas Jefferson High School this morning to arrest this teen wanted in the suspected theft ring. This is Ashton Garcia. The 18-year-old on your screen right now was not home when deputies came looking for him. They're not giving up, though. He is still wanted tonight. If you see Garcia or know where he is, call the sheriff's office. That number on your screen, also posted on our website.
In other news now, an emotional day in court for 2 families involved in the case of a John Jay High School student who's accused of stabbing a friend. Yesterday, a jury acquitted Jesus San Miguel of murder, but jurors did convict him of criminally negligent homicide in the death of 18-year-old Joshua Kinnaman. Jurors are still they're looking into what San Miguel's punishment should be. Kinnaman was fatally stabbed after challenging San Miguel to a fight over something that he said to his girlfriend during a lunch break last year. Earlier today, Kinnaman's mom spoke about her son.
It's hard to sleep at night. It's hard to keep myself together in front of my kids. He was always outgoing. He was always trying to make everybody laugh.
Meanwhile, the defendant's mother said that her son had a bright future planned before this whole incident. Once San Miguel's sentencing is announced, we're going to bring it to you on KSAT.com.
And tonight, one teenager dead, another in jail after an argument quickly turned violent. Happened just after 10:30 last night at a West Side apartment complex near Agatha and San Carlos Streets. San Antonio police say the 2 were fighting right before the 14-year-old suspect allegedly pulled out a gun and shot 16-year-old Joel Castillo. He later died at the hospital. The suspect tried to run away from the scene, but officers caught up to him and arrested him.
Loose and dangerous dogs have been a problem in San Antonio. KSAT has reported on several incidents involving aggressive animals, including one involving a woman who was attacked by a pack of 6 dogs. So animal care services took custody of those animals, and tonight we've learned that all of them have been euthanized. That incident happened back on September 4th on South Cross Boulevard. Those same dogs damaged a San Antonio police patrol car after attacking that woman. In part of a statement to KSAT, ACS noted that it's against the law for animals to roam off of their property and said that all of the dogs in this case were deemed dangerous.
We had people that evacuated here to make sure they were safe. These are people that live day to day, and they have nothing.
There's a lot of cleanup ahead of us, but we've done this before and we're going to do it again.
Do it again, picking up the pieces exactly what the people of Florida are doing tonight. Hurricane Milton made landfall right before the Nightbeat last night on the Florida Gulf Coast. And while the storm has moved on, at least 6 people are dead, millions in the dark at this hour, waiting for power to be restored. The storm tore homes into pieces, filled streets with mud, spawned a barrage of deadly tornadoes. This all comes just 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene rocked through the state of Florida.
It's still an estimated 2.6 million people without power in the state of Florida. A lot of it from Tampa all the way down to Naples. And that's put in perspective. That's just about 1/4 of the entire state in the dark tonight. No power. Speaking of dark tonight, we were talking about this earlier this afternoon. We have a geomagnetic storm, and through the sensitive technology in our camera phones, we can see the northern lights outside of the city lights and getting away from light pollution. This, for example, is in Seguin. We have Sabinal. You can see it through the cameras, not with the naked eye, but especially through the cameras because of the ultra-sensitive technology. They can see the aurora before our eyes can detect it. And this is out in Kerrville. So if you're outside city lights, look off to the north. I'll explain why we're seeing them, as well as some cooler temperatures headed our way with a cold front we're gaining confidence in. See you in a bit.
So now let's go to your Nightbeat news flash, and we'll start here. The case against Shawn Didi Combs is going to go to trial in May of next year. The musician and producer is charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and also transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has pleaded not guilty on all of those counts, and he's currently in federal custody at a detention center in Brooklyn. Ethel Kennedy, widow of Robert F. Kennedy, has died at the age of 96. Her grandson announced the news today on social media. The longtime human rights advocate was hospitalized after suffering a stroke last week. Ethel Kennedy leaves behind 9 children, 34 grandchildren, and 24 great-grandchildren. And that's a look at your Nightbeat news flash.
A West Side restaurant cited for letting meat thaw in a bucket. On this week's Behind the Kitchen Door, we're taking you around 3 spots.
I'm glad it's not around dinner time because we got to talk about this. Dead roaches in a restaurant and rodent poop in an ice machine.
Yes, you heard her right. Those are some of the things that Metro Health saw in a restaurant that could make all of us sick. In this week's Behind the Kitchen Door, how one restaurant avoided answering our Daniela Ibarra's questions.
Out on the west side, the parking lot of Campos Los Dos Hermanos is packed with people. Inside, health inspectors found the restaurant filled with violations. An employee checked the temperature of salsa by dipping their finger into it. Food temperatures are among several issues that earned the restaurant its lowest score in years.
It's a 69, it's a score that people should know about.
Of course.
Have you guys resolved any of the issues that health inspectors brought up?
Yes, we have.
How?
It was just a temperature that was just a little low on one of the refrigerators, and they bumped it up or down.
Well, you say it's just a temperature, but I mean, there's a couple other issues on here. Like it says raw chicken thawing in the same bucket as raw beef. There's mold in the ice machine. I mean, that sounds like it's more than just refrigerator
I don't work here,
issues.
so I don't know what.
The same guy who claims to not work here,
I'm Daniela Ibarra. I'm with Behind the Kitchen Door for KSAT.
Greeted us from behind the counter and then went into the kitchen. Downtown at Oasis Cafe, inspectors found 5 repeat violations. Live pests were on the wall near a mop sink, and a few dead ones were found at spots around the restaurant. And a few blocks away on Main Plaza is La Mexicana. Inside the ice machine, inspectors found rodent poop. That's what's behind the kitchen door. I'm Daniela Ibarra.
All right, so now let's talk about what's happening outside. Look at how pretty that is, those pictures. And apparently, Adam, you've been talking about this for a while. You were super excited that these are visible on some cameras along the hill country, or at least outside of the city.
Yeah, outside of the light pollution, outside of the city lights, you can actually detect the aurora very faintly with the sensitive camera equipment on our smartphones.
We're not going to see it downtown, is what you're saying.
No, naked eye's not even going to see it probably outside of city lights. It's just we discovered back in May during the last geomagnetic storm that the really good technology in our smartphones and the cameras there can actually detect that light better than the naked eye. So sometimes that can actually see it, which gives us more opportunities at these lower latitudes to pick up on a hint of the aurora out there. We don't see this very often, but we are nearing the peak of an 11-year solar cycle. In turn, we're getting more geomagnetic storms. Now, the aurora forecast is definitely more south than usual because of the geomagnetic storm. It's not visible to the naked eye in San Antonio. We just talked about that. Hill country, outside of city lights, yes, that is with the camera technology. Now, here's essentially what's going on. Steve, you want to help me with this?
Yeah. This is what we would like to call technically a solar burp.
A solar burp, that's what we're saying. The sun, a coronal mass ejection. It's basically the sun burping a big cloud of a magnetic cloud into space, and sometimes that's directed toward Earth. They're the strongest at the peak of the 11-year solar cycle, which is basically where we are now. They result in the aurora and sometimes technological disruptions with satellites and GPS positioning and stuff like that. But we're not expecting any of that this time. Here's one thing we watch. This is called the K-index. It's basically a measurement of the disruptions in the Earth's magnetic field. Notice how this afternoon and evening we had these big spikes. That's a clear indication that, yes, we have disruptions and big ones in the Earth's magnetic field. In turn, our cameras can pick up the aurora outside the city lights. And this may not be the last time for a few more years as we're at the peak of this 11-year solar cycle. Cool stuff. Nerding out over it today. Space weather. It's interesting. Now we've got our real weather to talk about. And notice our temperature drop as we get into next week. Morning lows will be low to mid 60s tomorrow all the way through Tuesday. But we're gaining confidence in a cool front to hit us on Tuesday, which would drop the temperature a bit by Wednesday and Thursday. And that would mean some morning lows back down into the upper 50s, which we haven't had since April. Today we started the day at 63. That's exactly average. We topped out at 95. Not average. That's 11 degrees above average, but 3 degrees shy of the record. And notice as we look northward, we're 79 in San Antonio, 70 in Minneapolis. Warm weather relative to this time of year, spreading northward up the plains. But I do want to point out that by Sunday, we'll have some cooler air work its way southward from Canada. Now, most of that cool air and the core of it will be in the eastern U.S. But as I mentioned before, we're gaining confidence that we'll get clipped by that cooler air mass, and that would then lead to some of those cooler temperatures that we haven't felt in quite some time since April. 63 in the morning tomorrow, 83 at noon, 94 the high temperature. A lot of sunshine again. Unfortunately, wall-to-wall sunshine. We can't even make clouds out there right now with our lack of moisture. Del Rio 96 tomorrow, New Braunfels 94 along with Pleasanton. And going ahead, high temperatures likely to drop down into the mid 80s by the middle of next week. Now, keep in mind, this cold front hasn't even formed yet, so it's a fluid situation. We'll be fine-tuning the forecast, so check back in for the updates, but probably a little breezy behind that front, assuming it verifies and follows through. A little breezy by next Wednesday. So a little bit of change possible in the air, and again, we'll be fine-tuning that forecast. No aurora visible out there right now to this camera, but pretty cool. Our solar burp, sending those ionized particles at Earth at over 2 million miles per hour. Fascinating.
The sun didn't even say, excuse me.
Well, we didn't hear it yet. Speed of sound's a little slower.
Maybe. All right, so week 7. We don't even have to wait till Friday to get some big time action in high school football, Mary.
No, we're already past the halfway point of the season, and we're on to week 7. It's underway. We have 4 games featured in our BGC slate. Lots of highlight plays tonight. Plus, the Red River rivalry goes down this Saturday. We're getting you ready for it after the break. Week 7 of the high school football season is underway. We kick off tonight's big game coverage at Gustafson Stadium, where 12's top 12's 12th ranked Jay hosts Laredo Figueroa. First quarter handoff goes to Mustangs' Nicholas Rios. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. 49-yard touchdown for senior. Jay up early. Mustangs ball again to Jari Wellington. Drops back, puts some juice into this throw to DeMarcus Shinette. 40-yard score, and Jay wins in shutout fashion, 49-0 to improve to 6-0. 6th-ranked Holy Cross now looking to stay undefeated, hosting Corpus Christi St. John Paul II. First quarter, passes floated up, and it's intercepted by Holy Cross senior Patrick Ortiz, who takes it back to the house for the pick 6. Then on offense, Gilbert Alvarado with a quick pass out to Nick Hall. Hall creates his own path and turns it into a 50-yard touchdown. Holy Cross dominated this one 62-0. Now to Ferris Stadium, where the Sotomayor Wildcats visit the Stevens Falcons District 28 6A action. First quarter, that's Falcons senior wideout Dominic Mason to the outside, jukes, and eventually his own speed takes him down. The drive, though, ends in a score for Stevens. Nathan Lopez punches it in to go up 7-0. Sotomayor answers right back. Sophomore Chauncey Moon on the keeper, and Wildcats come away with a 48-28 victory to improve to 4-1 in district. SAISD Sports Complex is our next stop. The Burbank Bulldogs had a 24-0 lead on Highlands when we got there at halftime. Burbank with a trick play. Call it the Burbank Special, as Kevin Hernandez finds a wide open James Gonzalez, who trots into the end zone. Then on the next possession, Hernandez with the screen pass. The ball is fumbled and picked up by Izzy Zapata, who finds a lane and cuts back for a 30-yard touchdown. Bulldogs roll to a 45-7 victory. All right, this Saturday will be the 120th Red River rivalry game between Texas and Oklahoma. The first meeting, though, as SEC foes. The Sooners proved victorious last year. Texas, however, is ranked atop the country going into Saturday and are 14-point favorites. But Oklahoma knows it can't afford another SEC loss. The Sooners will start true freshman Michael Hawkins Jr. at quarterback, while UT will start Quinn Ewers after he missed 2 games with an oblique injury. Now anything can happen in a rivalry game.
It doesn't matter if we're both unranked, if we're ranked number 1, number 2, or whatever we're ranked now. You know, it's always going to be a great game just because both fan bases get up for this one, and it's close to home for both teams, so it's always going to be a good game, and we know that.
We take a lot of pride. If we get 2 weeks to prepare offensively, we feel pretty good that we're going to put together a great game plan, and our guys can execute it. I feel the same way about Coach Venables on the defensive side. You give him 2 weeks, they're going to have a really good defensive plan, and their guys will be dialed in, and that's when it comes down to execution.
All right, kickoff is at 2:30 in the Cotton Bowl. The game will be live on KSAT 12, and our KSAT 12 sports crew will be there covering the game. So follow along with our coverage in our newscasts and on KSAT.com. After the break, former Spur Danny Green calls it a... Welcome back. Today, former Spur Danny Green announced his retirement from the NBA. Green said once he turned 37, he started to really feel the wear and tear that the game had on his body. So he moves on now, a 3-time champion, including one with the Spurs in 2014. Well, last night, San Antonio improved to 1-1 in the preseason, defeating Orlando by a 10-point margin. And what a night it was for future Hall of Fame point guard Chris Paul, making his Spurs debut alongside this generation's phenom Victor Wembanyama.
Playing here with this group of guys, being out there with Vic, Harrison, who I've known for a long time, playing for Pop, obviously, it's a very unique and special experience.
Being on the court with him certainly feels like, you know, he's got things in control, so reassuring a little bit. And yeah, it's you know, it's one more teammate, you know, I can rely on in tough moments or in doubt moments, you know, so it's only positive.
Those two only had a few practices leading up to last night's game. Excited to see their 2-man game blossom this season. But first, the third of 5 preseason games for San Antonio goes down Saturday at 7 o'clock.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Regular season right around the corner.
Yes.
Thanks, Mary.
Thank you. We'll be right back.